Hey there, it's Jenny, and I am back today to share with you a layout in my memory planner. As a reminder, I will link everything up for you below, and if you enjoy this video, please leave it a thumbs up and a friendly comment. I am using the Cocoa Daisy Summer Vibes Classic Vertical Inserts, and these are about the same size as the Happy Planner or Erin Condren, approximately 7 by 9, could be, quarter inch here or there. And I have pre-printed my photos using the Epson PictureMate printer, and I really love this one for a myriad of reasons, but it works well for me. I use the PicFrame app to create the collages, and then now I put the photos down on the page where they happen. And most of these will go to the place where they happen. Sometimes some random ones will not. So for example, like a picture of my cat or a picture of my dog, it's not really, or flowers in my backyard, it's not really that important that it happens on the specific day, but the rest of them, if I can, I like to put it where on the day that they happen. Now this week is a very, very, very photo heavy week. In fact, I should have probably added an insert, and you know what? I still might, to be honest, because I feel like there were still things I left out. But so many photos, and you can see there are 4 on the left hand side right now, and then on the right hand side we have 8 right there. I mean, that's 12 photos. That's a lot of photos for one particular week. It was a very busy week, and so hence all the photos. And I couldn't get rid of any of them. I mean, like, okay, right there's night swimming. I could have gotten rid of that. It's not particularly important, but honestly, there aren't that many night swimming photos, and I love it so much, and so I wanted to include it. I couldn't get rid of the car accident photos. Those needed to be there. I couldn't get rid of Barbie because it was a fabulous movie that I absolutely loved. And swimming and sunsets with friends and my son's last day of work. I mean, just so many big things that I wanted to make sure to include. So yeah, that's why. But I decided that I would punch a couple of them with my circle punch because that does help not only change up the shape. That second one is 1¼ inches, by the way. It does not only help with the shape, like change up, makes your eye more interested in what's going on, but then also it does save a little bit of room as well. So I took some of the photos that would work for punching and I did those on here. So now I'll adhere everything down. I want to use my Scotch ATG gun. It just works really, really well for stuff you absolutely want to stick. The adhesive is incredible. So especially with no page protectors on these, I do find that it is a little bit more important to make sure to keep everything right where it belongs. So once I have all of the photos down and adhered, that's my first step, is getting the photos down. That's sort of, I work in, I don't want to say in order of importance, but I'm going to say that because it is, I guess, maybe like how I think of it. I think of the overall journaling that I do at the end as sort of like the cherry on top. And so I guess that would make the photos the ice cream. Anyway, so now I'm going through the Cocoa Daisy Summer Vibes collection. I'm absolutely incredibly in love with this collection so much. I can't stop using it. In fact, I will probably use it for another memory planner layout, and I've already created one traveler's notebook insert with it. I will probably do another. I just cannot stop. So around this circular photo, I am using these alphabet stickers and I am going to spell out pool time. I kind of left this photo on its own for that specific reason. Ordinarily, I would either cut off one of the edges and have it sit flush on the edge of the paper, or I would do like what I did with the other one, have it pair with something else, either another photo or an embellishment. But in this case, I wanted to use the alphabet stickers to make it stand out, so that's why I chose to do it this way. Now I am going to use some of the rub-ons from this collection in this particular layout because gosh darn it, they are so cute, and rub-ons are literally perfect in planners of all types. They don't add any extra bulk. They add the perfect amount of embellishments, and they're just really, really easy to use. So you can see I added the blue wash background, and then I am going to, on top of it, layer another rub-on just to give it a little bit more something. So I could have used the Sunday or Sun Fun Day or Sun Fun, whatever it says. I could have used that one on its own. However, adding that background makes it more beautiful and then also just gives the cluster a little bit more dimension and depth. So I'm always a big fan of bulking things up, if you will. Not in actuality, like I don't actually want it to be bulky, especially in a planner. However, I do want it to be complex and interesting, and that's where doubling up with the rub-ons comes in. Now over here with the stickers, I'm doing the same thing, except for this time, obviously, I'm using stickers instead of rub-ons, but I have put the full box sticker down and then also going to add a little bit of flair by putting the strip and then the little swimmer. And I really want to create cohesive clusters that feel good together, that aren't overwhelming, especially in a layout like this where there are so many photos. It's so busy. There's a lot going on, and then that's why I want to keep it simple yet decorated. So same thing over on the right hand side. I'm going to use that really cute box sticker and put it down right there, but I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want it to be overwhelming, so I'm just going to use that half circle label and then put down a little sun sticker as well to make it fun, to make it look good, but to keep it where it's manageable. And by manageable, I mean not overwhelming. All right, so now we have the next part. So I guess this would be kind of like the chocolate syrup on the sundae. So like, yeah, in order for it to be a syrup or a sundae and not just ice cream, it has to have some toppings. Am I right? So now we have the first topping, which is the chocolate syrup. And so now I'm going to go through and add the dates because that's the whole part of that I love about memory planning so much is that it's dated. And so I don't have to go in and write, oh, this happened on August 14th. I already know that. It already says that right up at the top. So the dates are sort of arbitrary in the process. It just so happens that this is an undated planner, so adding those dates are something that I need to do. Now I'm also going to add stickers, box stickers for the activities and appointments and stuff. And there weren't that many of those this week, thank goodness, because as you can see, I am overly busy. I am not using the Cocoa Daisy ones. I'm using some that are a little bit bigger because I want to include all of the information. And so I'm just using a handful of those from my stash and then writing all of the things on those right there. Now, because I have so many of the stickers and so many of the rub-ons, because I absolutely loved this collection, so I bought everything that I didn't receive as a design team member or for my work with Cocoa Daisy. And so now I have to go through them and I have to make sure that I know what I have and put them all away. But now I'm going to add the journaling. So we added the ice cream, we added the syrup, then we added the whipped cream. So now the cherry on top is the journaling. So it's the part that makes it even better, that gives it that extra little bit of flair, is when I add the descriptions and sort of give the overall feel for the week, right? So this week is a little bit different because it was just so much going on. So I couldn't go and I couldn't add as much as I would maybe normally do. And again, not that I normally add a ton of detail, But there were so many things I wanted to talk about this week in the journaling for this because there was just so much that went on and so much that happened. So adding the journaling. And that is why I kept it with just the black pen versus using a mild liner, is that I wanted to take up as little visual space as humanly possible. So that felt like the best choice is to just use the black pen and keep things really simple and not have the journaling stand out too much because the week is already complicated enough. All right, so now that I have finished all of the journaling, I want to just fill in a last couple of blank spaces with some embellishments. And I just do that because I like the whole thing to feel really full, because guess what? My weeks feel really full. So I like the pages to mimic what the real life feels like. At least at this time, maybe someday I'll still be filling them, even though things aren't as chaotic and busy, just because I like the look. It's probably a little bit of both, am I right? So that is it for me this week. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the box below and I will do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much and make it a great day.